to the homemade podcast of sports with your host, Jay Pops. Guys, we got some breaking news. 5-star wide receiver, number 1 in the country, number 1 in the state of Texas, not just a wide receiver, period, in the state of Texas alone, has signed with Texas A&M Aggies. A lot of y'all thought I was playing when I said what I said. I told y'all that we was coming for the number 1 class. What did y'all think this was a game? Did y'all think that it was just some play? The Aggie community, stand up. Stand up, baby. No. If you were an Aggie, I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. If you are an Aggie and you're looking for reasons to stand up through an 8-4 season while everybody is talking crap, now is the time to do it. Do you think that these kids are giving up on anything? We went 8-4. We all know that. That was a horrible season. We look at 8-4 seasons and we can now say that was horrible. We should have been better than that. Come on, man. We know better than that. You don't think these kids said the same thing? You don't think these guys that's committing to this team is saying the same thing? Hey, man, y'all went 8-4. Just hold on. Just hold up. The reinforcements are about to show up. I'm going to tell you like this once again. And I love all of you guys because all of you guys tune in so heavily, man. I stay on recruitment hard. When I saw that breaking news yesterday, I had no clue that Evan was even much thinking about committing this early. I had no clue at all. Let me tell you this. Bobby Taylor and Donovan Green, Ish Harris, Hunter Erd, Walter Nolan, those guys there and a whole lot more. Montrell Harris, Malik Silla. You hear me? Jaden Scarlett. You hear me? All of those guys in this 2022 class particular, they're family with one another. And they love that. They love the simple fact that they can call each other a family. They recruited each other. We can actually look back and go into the 2022 season after this class has been signed on early and national signing day and say, man, we have never ever seen an A&M class sign each other and recruit each other. What I meant by signing each other is that they all reached out to one another and built a secure wall. You hear me? Everybody in from the state that then got recruited. But who's all that and got recruited from the state of Texas, which is Bobby Taylor, Donovan Green, Evan Stewart, those guys can now say we built that wall for Texas A&M only. For years, I'm going to say this once again, for years, I've seen University of Texas own this state. Even when we are in the SEC as of right now, I still seen the University of Texas own some of those years. And I'm going to say this once again, I still seen them own one of those years. All right? I've never seen, though, in my lifetime, a bunch of mad fans at a recruit going to another school. Aggies don't do that. And I had to be corrected on something today, and I love that he reached out to me and he had told me this. And his name is Jay, by the way. He's on Twitter. He know who he is. He told me that, man, I love what you're doing. We don't need a vulgar language, though. So my apologies. Vulgar language would never come from out of my mouth as long as I'm doing a podcast for Texas A&M. You guys are my family, and you guys have set me right. Even my wife tells me that. All right? You guys have set me right. No, I won't do that. Why? Because we respect one another. I told you guys, regardless to what they were saying on the outside, we were still going to do our own thing. Didn't I tell you guys that? We were different from the rest. As of right now, you remember what I said on the last podcast about how Nick Saban is in the middle? He's in the middle of Kirby Smart and Jimbo Fisher. On one hand, Kirby Smart is undefeated walking into the SEC championship game. On the other hand, Nick Saban is walking there with one loss to the SEC championship game. On another level, which is Jimbo Fisher, he has an 8-4 season in which everybody has called disappointed, including himself. Let me tell you this here. That press conference, and I had somebody tell me this here. That press conference, what he had after we had lost LSU, somebody asked him about the drop balls and stuff like that. The look on Jimbo Fisher's face when he said, they just got to catch the football. He said it with a pure agony of, they just got to catch the football. But I'm going to tell you like this here. He didn't say it out loud, but I'm going to tell you like this here. They don't want to catch the football? Watch this here. I know what I got to do. I know what I'm going to do. I bet you they ain't going to drop another ball again coming in the 2022 season. And some of that isn't all on the receivers. Some of that is on Zach himself for throwing the ball too fast and stuff like that. But they're a premier wide receiver, top 100. Once again, I bet you they won't drop another ball in 2022. If they're going to drop it, that means they dropped it on a very contested pass. I bet you they won't drop a ball in this bowl game. I'm going to tell y'all like this once again. I bet you they won't drop a ball in this bowl game. Watch. Watch what I'm telling you. Why? Because the heat is on. I told you that it was something brewing in College Station about a whole year ago during the pandemic. We got all the way to 2021 and finna go into 2022 with the best signing class in Texas A&M history. That ain't even it. Baseball is about to bring in their best signing class in Texas A&M history. Basketball is on the way to signing their best class in Texas A&M history. What, did y'all think that this was over because we had an 8-4 record and everybody else around the country was making fun of our 8-4 record? No. That wasn't it. I said it time and time again, these kids are building something. Jimbo Fisher is building something. I seen everybody post these wide receiver records. I seen everybody post this, well, when has Jimbo Fisher developed a 1,000-yard wide receiver? Is it all just about 1,000 yards, or is it about spreading it around and making everybody look good? Because if I'm not mistaken, that team that Alabama had, although they had a 1,000-yard receiver, they had multiple weapons. I'm going to say this once again. They had multiple weapons. They had Jalen Waddle. They had Henry Ruggs. They had Devontae Smith. And they had the other little guy. Cannot think of him. That was a stable of wide receivers all on the field all at one time. All at one time. So what do you think coming into this 2022 season that Texas A&M wide receiver lineup is going to look like? I'm going to say this once again. I bet you they won't drop no balls in 2022. I bet you they won't drop another football again. That ain't even it. Our tight end position right now, including Donovan Green that's coming in, and Theodore Ostrom, I believe that's how you pronounce his name, Theodore Ostrom, that's coming in, along with Baylor Cupp, because Jalen is about to leave. I know Jalen is gone. Jalen knows himself is gone. That's okay, though. Jalen is fine with what he has behind him, picking up where he left off. I'm going to say this once again. Jalen Watermeyer is comfortable what he has behind him, picking up on where he left off. It ain't nothing changed. I know Leon O'Neal is leaving. Leon O'Neal can leave out and say, I beat LSU twice and I got Bama once. Wish he could have been more, but I got what I said I was coming here to do. He's on to the draft. Leon O'Neal is about to be probably a mid-second round, maybe a high second, or maybe a high third round NFL safety. Leon O'Neal can tell you about the stuff he went through himself. He entered the transfer portal. Every Texas fan everywhere will continue to tell you that. So let me tell you a little bit about Texas. And I know we ain't talking about Texas. We're talking about Texas A&M Aggies here. But let me tell you a little bit about Texas. And the reason why they post that record, because I had to shut somebody down yesterday who tried to post something to Donovan Green and tell him to look at the win and loss record of Texas and Texas A&M. I flattened that and said, "Little brother, we don't play no more." They can't wait to come to the SEC so they can just play specifically Texas A&M, but lose to everybody else. But anywho, when they're gonna lose to us too. If they didn't know, they know now. They're gonna lose to us too. So picture this. You know how Ohio State done Michigan? When they was dominant for about 20 years? That's the same way how you gonna look and see Texas A&M when Texas comes over to the SEC. And they can tell you what they want to tell you. But they know that's the truth. You're not on our level. We done moved up. All right? So, anywho, let me tell you a little bit about them, about that record. So, that record that they love to post, which is the win and loss record, that's lopsided. Us Texas A&M fans, man, we know that record is lopsided. I'm going to tell you this once again. I don't know if Texas believes that I'm a regular A&M fan or if they know that I'm not a regular A&M fan, okay? Once again, I don't have any shame in my game to sit here and admit that I was not around for those Big 12 days. All right, I hear all of my older ag fam out there tell me about those older days, and that's why I continue to come back, and which is my second year doing this podcast, and I tell you about those days ain't like it used to be no more. We weren't that Big 12 team. I'm telling you this. We're not that Big 12 team anymore. We're clashing with the Giants over here. All right? There was a bunch of Giants in the Big 12 when the Big 12 was the Big 12, but it's not anymore. We ain't over there. But anywho, about that win and loss record. Texas has yet to tell you why they dominated the state so much like they did. For the longest time, Texas A&M didn't care all that much about football. All right? That's the reason why they hold that record like that. They didn't care as much. Okay? For the longest time, Texas A&M did not integrate. All right? Those are the things that they don't tell you. For the longest time, Texas A&M was all male school, okay? Those are the things they don't tell you. For the longest time, Texas A&M was playing with backups, all right? Just people walking on. That's what I consider backups. They were playing with all the way walk-ons, all right? So people can say that, oh, this is the same A&M all they want to. It's because people know that it's not the same A&M. This A&M is moving up, okay? And I'm starting to feel like this is maybe what Georgia went through. I believe this is what Georgia went through before they got to where they're at right now. Because Georgia is about to dominate in just a minute. I believe this is what all they went through of, oh, well, Kirby don't develop wide receivers. They don't do nothing but just run the ball. I cannot tell you how many times everybody got on that young man's post when he's committed to Texas A&M and said, oh, you just going over there to block. Oh, you just going over there to block for the running backs. I've never ever seen that before in my life, to where a bunch of grown men and women, by the way, comes on there and says all of that, and then after that, oh, they leave the Texas and Texas A&M record. We don't care about that, man. That's irrelevant. That is really, really irrelevant. We're focusing on the now, okay? We're focusing on the now. No, they did not always care about football. You can tell somebody else that narrative to make Texas try to look good. No, they did not always care about football. Let me tell you what I mean by caring about football. Building, pouring money from the alumni base. For the longest time, R.C. Slocum held that dominant record without being funded as much as he wanted to give his coaches a raise. That's what people don't tell you. All right? That's what I mean by caring. For the longest time, the coaches that came in and out, they got sanctioned because they were trying to catch up with other dominant programs. Okay? You hear what I'm telling you? I'm telling you this for a reason. The truth is the truth. Oh, I'll expose you. Trust me, I will. Oh, I'll expose you. Trust me, I will. So a lot of people have kept this under wraps, and they've told people, but people just don't believe them. And another reason to why Texas has that 900 win record for national title, stuff like that, is because for the longest time, Texas was playing schools that were way smaller than them, way less dominant than them. For the longest time, Texas pulled out every kid that was in the state that was ultimately better. You hear what I'm saying? Yeah, Jackie Sherrill and R.C. Slocum, you named two people. You named two people. I'm going way back before R.C. and Jackie. That's how deep it is. So you can stop. Don't tell me about something that you don't know. Don't you tell me that. Don't you tell me about some history that you don't know and feel like you do know because Texas didn't ingrain that in you. Texas know the real deal. That's why they're looking at the simple fact of Texas A&M now and where they're going and on the trajectory of where they're going. So they'll forever say, oh, well, Texas A&M is just winning 8 games. Oh, well, them kids going there just to lose 4 games. You can say that all you want to. I'm going to tell you like this here. They seen Johnny win that Heisman Trophy. You don't know how mad that made every Texas alum around the nation, around the world. They seen that. They know what it is. I can't recall the last time that University of Texas had all of those premier athletes and have yet to win the Heisman Trophy. Have yet to even be in the conversation except when Vince Young was there. The reason why Mack Brown was able to hold up the way he did was because Mack was a yes guy. He was a yes guy. He went along with the plan, and he dominated the plan. So you give Mack Brown his credit. It's no Texas A&M person that would ever not give Mack Brown his credit for that. But eventually he moved along, and with having dominant seasons, ever since they've gotten rid of Mack Brown, they have not been the same ever since. And they're highly pissed off about that. Now, is Texas going to stop pooching at these recruits? Texas A&M is getting no. All right? But we're going to move off of that. So now I'm going to tell you about the other kids that we're getting, and I'm about to make a couple of more people mad. I'm about to make a couple of more mad with this. So, with that being said, be looking for a couple of more people. All right? Be looking for a couple of more people. Probably later on this week. I'm not going to tell you any names because that's not for me to do. I'm not going to tell you any names, but just be looking for them. You be looking. Be paying close attention because we ain't done yet. We're not done yet. I go back to when Jimbo Fisher stated after that Alabama game that I want to give these people what they've been waiting on and what they deserve. I want to give these people what they deserve, and I'm going to do everything, and this team is going to do everything they can to make sure that they get it. Do you not know that he meant what he said? He meant that. He meant what he said last year after that Orange Bowl victory of we ain't done yet, in which everybody around the world will forever bring up as well. Jimbo had that 9-win season, and that's the best season they had since 1939. I'm saying them fans are just waiting on the day of when that national title can be held up. Because I'm going to tell you something, that national title is held up, you're going to see a lot of people mad. You're going to see a lot of people happy. You're going to see a lot of people that say this here sentence. Well, I knew y'all could do it. Y'all just took so long to do it. Oh, man. I already know what I'm going to do next year. You know, this isn't over with because after this football season, I have to start getting into some basketball. You know, I'm going to start telling you guys about the basketball and things of that nature. Just know this here, man. And I'm going to continue to tell you guys this time and time again. Texas A&M will sign the number 1 class in 2022. Okay? They will sign the number 1 class 2022. Texas A&M will continue to run the ball in 2022. Texas A&M will continue to pass the ball with Haynes King, who's going to be healthy, by the way, in 2022. You think Haynes King going to settle for an 8-4 record? I'm going to say this once again. Because, see, Longview fans know. I'm going to say it again. Longview fans know. You think Haynes King going to settle for an 8-4 record? You think Haynes King going to settle for a 9-3 record? You think Haynes King going to settle for a 10-2 record. Maybe 11-1. Regular season now we talking about. You think they're going to settle for that? You think Connor Wingman going to settle for losing 4 games? You think Damon Demas is cool with losing 4 games? You think these recruits that's coming in now is settled with that? Do you think they're settled? We watched Alabama go through everything they went through. Do you think Alabama is settled with the record that they got? And we ain't Alabama, but I'm just using them, by the way. You think he's settled with that? Do you think they're signing up to go 8-4? Do you really think that? I'm going to tell you like this here. We got the #1 quarterback in the state of Texas. I don't understand they keep on putting Cade Klubnik over Connor Wingman, in which Cade is good. Clemson got him a good one. Goodness gracious, Clemson got him a good one. These are all Texas natives. So, Connor Wingman is #1 QB in the state. You know, he'll 5-star too. And you guys have seen him. Y'all have seen all of them just like I've seen them on TV. I've yet to see him in person yet. Only one I know that seen him in person is my dear old Aggie friend, Mr. Morris Clark. And he said he's everything that he thought he was going to be in person. I know this on the high school level. But understand this. Connor Wingman making history at Bridgeland too. Bridgeland ain't been open for long. It's their 2nd year being open, period. I'm going to say this once again. It's the 2nd year being open, period. You think Cypress, was it Cy Falls, I think that LJ came from, LJ Johnson, running back? He was a part of a record-setting team too. Haynes King, do you not know that he set the bar for Longview, period? He broke a record. They hadn't won once in 80-plus years. He set the bar for that. He won him a state title. Connor Wingman is about to set the bar for Bridgeland. He's about to go win the state title. Harold Perkins was on his way to go win the state title, in which you must be crazy if you think we gonna stop recruiting him. So I'm gonna say this once again. I know Brian Kelly is coming to LSU. Brian Kelly, welcome. Welcome to the SEC. I know we've been lost in Death Valley, but we would have not been beating LSU if it wouldn't have been for Jimbo Fisher. We just got to learn how to win on the road over there. We just got to learn how to win on the road. Notre Dame ain't getting Mike Elko. For ones that want to know, no, Mike ain't going back over there. All right? Just know that we ain't over. We hadn't stopped, guys. You think Noah Thomas is settling for an 8-4 record? You think Anaya Smith settled for that 8-4 record? Isaiah Spiller, A-Chain? You think they settled for that? Oh, man. I'm going to tell you like Jimbo Fisher told you, y'all got to be the dumbest human beings to think that he's just going to settle for an 8-4 record. We're going to go out and get a top 3 recruiting class to come and settle to be 8-4. You keep on saying, oh, he ain't no choice. He ain't no choice. Because you want to put that into existence. So you can continue to say A&M is going 8-4. So you can continue to say, oh, no, what I'm speaking is facts. I told you I'm no regular Aggie. All right, you hear me? No regular Aggie. I love all of my Aggies out there, but I'm not the regular one. Just know that I see what's going to happen before it even happens. All right? I see it before it even happens. You don't think I'm not going to be in Aggie Land next year? I'm going to be down there to watch them all in the spring game. You don't think some of these guys are enrolling early for a reason? You know Jordan Gilbert is from Louisiana, right? That's the safety out there. That's going to take the reins from Leon O'Neal when he leaves, or either Adrian Carpenter, Derek Carpenter, or whichever one of them was the other safety. You know they're taking the reins, right? You think they got Bryce for no reason? Wait a minute, I'm gonna say this one. You think they got Bryce Anderson for no reason? You think that defense tightened themselves up and went down as one of the best in point scoring defense? I mean, in points allowed for no reason? You don't think that that's gonna get better next year? You don't think they shooting for number one? You don't think they shooting for the top 10 defense, period, next year? You don't think this offense is mad at how the way this offense played out this year? Do you not think that? They're not going nowhere. They're not going anywhere. We haven't heard any announcements yet. That's how much time that these guys are going to get. You think Cam Drewberry and you think Keon Green just posted that picture of them two together for no reason? Understand this here. If I don't hear Keon Green say anything before the year's up about a draft, you just better get ready for that offensive line to be like how it was in 2020. And if you're going to give Haynes King or Connor Wingman that much time in the pocket, you better get ready for a lot of receivers to separate off the ball. You think Chase Lane going anywhere? Chase Lane didn't say he was leaving. You think Demus going anywhere? Demus on yesterday, when he found out the news, immediately posted and said, bruh, yo, I want y'all to go and look at Demus, in which they keep on posting, talking about, yeah, Mon Demus, he over there buried. He only got this many receptions and this many touchdowns. You think you don't think Mon Demus is thinking about that? I want you guys to go look at Demus, look at Evan Stewart. I've been wanting them two to link up with each other. I want you guys to go and look at Moose Muhammad, look at Chase Lane. I want you guys to go and look at Anaya Smith and look at Keith Brown. That's 6 wide receivers I just told you about. You best believe it's going to be a heavy rotation on offense in 2022. So that 1,000-yard receiver thing you keep on talking about, you better hope one of them don't get over 1,000 yards. Because if they are getting over 1,000 yards, you can bet your behind that it must be an undefeated season. Stay tuned. There's more recruits to come. And I'm going to get on up out of here because I'm going to tell you guys which ones are still on board. So, these are the guys that's still on board. Shamar Stewart, 5-star defensive lineman, number 8 in the country. You guys know Shamar. Miami fans, they know. You guys know Shamar Stewart. He's coming down here for the visit. December 10th, I believe. Keep on going. Harold Perkins, 5-star linebacker, national, 11th in the country. You guys know Harold. I just finished talking about it. Denver Harris. Do y'all really think we're giving up on Denver Harris? We're not going to give up on them until Alabama says that they got him. Denver knows that. Denver knows that. Only reason why Denver ain't been able to come down is because he's been in playoff games. Let that sink in. Amari Abel. Gabriel Brownlow Dendy. Hello. Keontae Goodman. We just seen him. He had a good time. Marvin Jones. 4-star edge rusher. Number 37 in the country. He's still on board. Enai White. He's making his way to A-Lane real soon. 4-star, number 38 in the country. Anthony Lucas. Be looking for him on December 15th. Once again, 4-star defensive lineman, number 60 in the country. Shamar James. A lot of you guys are looking at me crazy because y'all don't even much know who Shamar James is. I'm going to tell you like this here. I did not see Shamar James until yesterday when I logged on to my 247 account. I didn't even much know this young man even had us in his top 3. He kept that so secretive. Let me tell you about him, though. 4-star linebacker, national, 70 in the country. Position 8, state 4. Well, where is he from, J Pops? Mobile, Alabama. What is he doing? Well, as of right now, top 3, Texas A&M, Alabama, and Georgia. I just told you who the top 3 classes were. Pay attention. Cam Drewberry, 4-star, inside offensive lineman, number 76 in the country. Who is his high choice? His really, really high choice. As of right now, it's Texas A&M. The next one is Ohio State. Who else we got on here? Who else we got, Jay? Well, just wait a minute. Jacoby Matthews. Louisiana ain't gonna like that. Y'all ain't gonna like that. I'm gonna say this once again, Jacoby Matthews. 5-star, safety, number 29 in the country. Position 3, state number 2. We aren't going nowhere. We're not done yet. The problem is that we just can't sign all of these guys. Good thing about it is, what I just said, you can kindly disregard, because we can't sign all of them. They up the limit. That's where we become dangerous. We can sign all these guys I just named. Because guess what? It's no limit. I think they capped the limit at like about 32, 33, I believe. I just gave you 10 guys. We only got 19 commits. You think they all coming here to go 8-4? Hashtag Geek